Hi, Bill here. I am with Charles Bott, and he just gave a presentation, which I didn't see, on Struvite and Vivianite. He's going to tell me why they are important to us in this industry. So, Charles, are you ready?
Okay. Well, we have 4 plants where we have Struvite and Vivianite problems, and they happen to be all 4 plants where we have digesters. So if there's anything consistent about Struvite, it's that plants with anaerobic digesters and with BioP all have problems. And the question is how to deal with those problems, and it turns out that at each plant we're doing something a little different. So some of that includes material selection, some of that includes a very careful look at upstream phosphorus release, magnesium release, potassium release. But some of the work that we're doing, is really important. It's kind of hard to separate impacts on dewatering and polymer demand from Struvite issues. So those are all quite closely linked, and we certainly recognize that.
Are some plants using magnesium for odor control in sewers and creating some problems for themselves with magnesium introduction into the plant?
Yeah, so the F. Wayne Hill plant outside of Atlanta is a good example of that. So they have so much magnesium coming into the system that when they come out of the digester, there's almost no phosphorus, even though it's a good BioP plant, because so much magnesium is going in. So in the case of that plant, when they put in Astera, they didn't have any choice but to put in Strip at the same time. Because there would be no phosphorus to recover without it. So what they've done then is they strip out a huge amount of phosphorus and magnesium ahead of digestion, and that becomes the majority of the feed to the Astera process from a phosphorus load. You have to add very little magnesium, so it's an interesting case study. We're looking at actually adding magnesium hydroxide in a special, kind of a custom-built tank at one of our plants to control Struvite, but also control phosphorus load. So it's both controlling phosphorus and Struvite, and hopefully improving dewatering, reducing polymer demand, and providing some alkalinity for our side stream deammodification process at that plant.
So one of the issues I heard a biosolids land applier have with Astera was that there was a lot of variability in the phosphorus as a result in the biosolids, and that it was hard to sort of specify the phosphorus loadings in the biosolids as a consequence.
So you can't, the problem is you can't, now the Strip makes it more complicated, so you can't, so we'd have to say whether, so Astera alone should have negligible impact, or very small on cake phosphorus content. But Strip can have a big impact,
right,
and probably a pretty variable impact. And so one of the things we're doing is spending a lot of time now trying to figure out how to improve the capture, the release and the capture from Strip processes, maybe by almost dewatering sludge prior to digestion and then diluting back going into the digester.
Really?
Yeah, because you capture so much more phosphorus, magnesium, and potassium ahead of digestion by dewatering to 15 or 18% cake solids as opposed to just thickening to 5%.
Great concept.
So Strip is, or these concepts of upstream, whether it's Strip or something else, these concepts of upstream phosphorus, magnesium, and potassium release from BioP waste activated sludge. I mean, it's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of interesting things to be done there.
Totally changed the way we
totally
approach.
Changes things. Yeah. So.
Well, thank you very much, Charles.
Sure.
Okay.
That's the first time I've ever done that.